Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome. Sparing no expense. This is the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
I am Shagdog, and I'm bringing great brews to you.
That's right.
Jammer, I got, before you start into your spiel,
go right ahead.
I got Freezer Fresh Sundae by Evil Twin Brewing Companies from New York City. 81 at Beer Advocate, 12% ABV.
Awesome.
And 12%, wow. And it's American Imperial Stout, and it's basically Neapolitan. Yeah.
I hope it tastes like a Neapolitan, like
Hopefully.
that ice cream beer we had before.
Yeah, that's the best one. I did have one that came close to that about a year or so ago, but yeah, hopefully it tastes good.
Well, Shagdog, I have this Prairie Artisan Ales Hazelnut Weekend. It is a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout with toasted coconut, cocoa nibs, toasted marshmallow flavor, and hazelnut coffee. It gets a 92 on the BA, and it's a 13.2 ABV.
Wow, that was excellent DJ skills.
Oh, well, thank you there, sir. Here is the cap for all you cap pervs out there in YouTube land.
And Pervland, too.
Perv land, too, yeah. And this is the inside. Whoop, nothing there but a drop of beer. I'll tongue that.
What's your ABV on that one?
13.2, my friend.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you're higher than me, okay. Yeah, I remember you did a 14.5% by them last week or 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah. Shagdog, what does that shirt stand for? Is that like Dungeons and Dragons or Dude's Dicks?
Dude's Dicks. Dad's Dicks. No. No, Jammer, I bought this online.
So you like to get with dads and their dicks.
No, I bought this online. It was supposed to be Dads Against Drunk Driving, but they forgot to put the DNA on there, so DD.
Well, that would be DNA.
What's that stand for?
You said DNA. They forgot to put the DNA.
No, Dads Against Drunk Driving.
Oh.
DADD.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
But it's Daredevil, Jammer, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Dungeons and Dragons, yes.
Yeah.
Dad's Dicks.
No. Well, Shagdog, my head quickly dissipated. It is dark as night. The head was a very brownish, caramel-looking head, but it's gone. I got some floaties here that I'm not too sure about.
And you can see them in the darkness?
I can see them right on the top. I wish I could. It would be nice if I could put the camera down, and smack it right down on something.
That's all right. Now I can do that with mine. Watch.
Yeah, I could do it, but I'd have to spend some time correcting it. But,
yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and. Oh yes, I smell the cocoa in that baby. Mm-hmm. That's right. It's full of chocolatey goodness. Woo. Boy, I really love the smell of this. Yeah. Got a little earthy, nutty hazelnut aroma. A slight coffee in the background. Man. I'm really... If it tastes as good as it smells, Shagdog, I'm going to be enjoying this one. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Yeah, mine smells mostly coffee, chocolate. It doesn't smell like Neapolitan ice cream per se, but it has maybe a hint of strawberry and vanilla in there. I'm mostly picking up coffee and chocolate, so we'll see how it goes. I'm ready to drink it. Cheers. Oh, the head did retain, and it is pretty black. Pretty black. About one shade off of pure black.
Ooh.
Or two shades.
Shagdog, there is a little booziness here, but it's so well masked by this stout. You can't really tell it until it starts warming your throat and going down your gullet there, you know. It's like, oof. I feel the warmth. I feel that warmth. And it's got a wonderful chocolatey, slight vanilla type flavor. I'm getting that bourbon barrel flavor, you know, that charred bourbon barrel type flavor.
Ooh.
And that hazelnut is in there with that coffee. It's really, and what gets me is if they were, I don't know why they put the coconut and the marshmallow in there, but it's, let me tell you, if you we had the Kona Brown Ale, which is the coconut brown ale, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't have a big and bold coconut flavor, so I think that you would enjoy this even more because I know you're not a big fan of coconut.
I do like coconut, but with beers, it just depends what type of beer it is.
This one is a light coconut flavor with a light toasted marshmallow. And the cocoa is very chocolatey goodness, man. It's like almost like a Hershey chocolate milk flavor, but the milk is not there. It's more marshmallowy. It's smooth and silky, and it's got a wonderful mouthfeel. And the sweetness is there. A little more sweet. Actually, it's actually pretty well balanced, even with the sweetness. I mean, the sweetness it has to be there because you have the cocoa and you have the alcohol and all that stuff, and it's got to be there because of marshmallow type flavors and everything. So I get that, but it's not so sweet that it's like unbearable. It's really a nice, easy to drink 13.2 stout, man. I mean, you talk about an imperial stout that's that easy to drink. Oh my God, that's dangerous.
Yeah, unlike you, I got a bigger, because we got a 12-ounce bottle there. Yeah.
Yes, my friend.
I got the big can. Mine's all right. It doesn't remind me of Neapolitan like some other. Mainly that one we had. I forget the name of it. It's been so long since I had it.
If I was going to describe mine as close to what you're saying about yours, in the sense that yours is supposed to taste like ice cream, mine tastes like a nice chocolatey, almost custard ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to put that in, interject that in there because I'm just so excited.
The chocolate is the main thing, then a little coffee. And the strawberry vanilla, it has more of the sweetness of the strawberry, like that sweetness of the strawberry, but not so much strawberry taste. I mean, a little bit, but like watered down or something. The strawberry
fleeting, huh?
Yeah, it's fleeting.
Yeah.
The vanilla is slight there, but I think that coffee and chocolate is like masking the vanilla. But it's not bad. I mean, it's easy to drink. If somebody told me, hey, check out this just Imperial Stout and called it something else, and I didn't know it was Neapolitan, supposed to be Neapolitan, I would say, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so.
Well, Shagdog, I'm telling you, this Prairie Artisan Ale, they knew what they were doing with this because it's not overly sweet and bearably sweet or anything like that. It's just well balanced. Chocolatey, the rich, chocolatey, velvety, silky, smooth, marshmallowy type flavors, man. I mean, it's just. And then they got the coffee and the hazelnut in there, giving you that earthy, nutty flavor with the coffee bite, the bitter. It just kind of complements each other and makes you just feel like you want to be on a cloud, floating above the earth, looking down upon the poor little peons having to do their little, like you're looking down at an ant bed,
Where do you come up with this stuff?
It's like you're looking down at an ant bed and you see all these little worker ants scurrying around trying to get the food for the queen, Oh, we gotta feed the queen! It reminds me of the movie Ants.
Oh, yeah. What do you like better, ant life or ants?
Is the ant life anything like a political type?
Or wait, no, Bugs Life was the other one. Ants and then Bugs Life.
Bugs Life, I have to remind me how it went.
That had the ant, but he got with the caterpillar, the ladybug dude. They went on an adventure because the grasshoppers were trying to take all their harvest or whatever, and they left.
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember that. So
I remember that one more than Ants. Ants, the main character, was voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
All I remember about ants is when they were standing up and the one ant was saying, you can't let this little peon stand up and fight because if you let them do that, they'll take over and you got to be harsh with them and, basically, they will rebel against everybody, kind of associating it with us as people, citizens, getting up, going to work, doing our little duty and everything, and then if we finally start to rebel, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bug's Life relied chiefly on visual gags. Ants was more verbal and revolved around more satire. The script of Ants was also heavy with adult references, whereas Pixar's films was more accessible to children.
Well,
Okay.
look at the.
I need to rewatch Ants because I think I see that once, and that's it. Bug's Life I see a couple times.
the little speech that the one ant makes about rebelling ants,
What
striking
does the ant say about rebellion ants and striking ants in the movie Ants?
Did you say ants enough?
Yeah, probably. The main character is initially a worker ant who feels trapped by the rigid social structure and county longs for individuality and more fulfilling life.
Yeah.
These dissatisfaction drives them to challenge the status quo. He ultimately inspires other ants to question the system and rebel against it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to watch that one again.
So that's kind of like the whole George Orwell type feeling, rebel against the man.
Yeah. I tell you, we're going to be so much controlled. I mean, these young generations don't know because everything we're doing now is fucking AI and everything you put in AI that you question and try to help you out, they're saving that information. They got all this information about you.
Well, not only that, but they're using that information to make the AI more accurate. Because there's a while back when ChatGPT first started, it couldn't follow up with another question about the material that you just asked about.
Right.
Now, if you ask a question about it, about something and answers, then you can turn around and say, well, tell me more about this and concerning that. And it will turn around and reference that with what you asked earlier and formulate a response.
Yeah. And I did a job thing, a little gig work. I forget which one it was, but it's like chat or AI stuff. It shows you the question, and this is your job. You have to what's a better response? You have to decide. Okay, this responds better, and this one's better, and the reason why. Yeah. And they use that type of stuff, replying back to it to help out with the algorithm too.
What's kind of freaked it out is people are being really polite with it. They're saying thank you and please and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess because they're afraid when the AI takes over that they won't be remembered as being the polite one, the kind one,
That's true.
And they will be culled out and sent down the chute to be killed.
That's the same with prisons. They say correctional officers that are mean to inmates, whatever, degrading to them, they're the ones that got to look out when a riot breaks out. Of course, the ones that are not humanely treating inmates humanely. Probably got to look out too, because not every inmate in the prison probably knows you or anything. So you might get raped or killed too, or like you, yeah.
Well, if you're in the Bahamas, you better be 18.
But the really bad correction officers, like the one in the Green Mile, that one was a real asshole.
Yeah.
If you got somebody like that, or even worse, I've seen worse actually.
Yeah.
They're gonna go after them first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple, not worse, not like spitting on their food or shit, but as far as
frying your head and burning you up when you're on electric.
Nothing real abusive, but talking to them less than humanly and degrading.
When I worked on the outskirts of correctional facilities, I had to deal with inmates getting paid 25 cents an hour, to take care of grinding beef and, forming patties and packing them and all that stuff. And anyway, when I talked to them like I would anybody else. I treated every one of them human. I said firm, fair, and consistent. That's how I'm going to treat you. So, if I say this, I'm going to live up to my word. And if you, do your duty, I'll treat you fairly and all that stuff. I said, if you do your job, you're not going to have a peep out of me, man. You do your job, And they actually ended up appreciating and liking the fact that I was that way.
Yeah. Most of them getting those type of jobs are pretty good. The only thing bad about those type of ones getting those jobs is they're usually stealing stuff, whether it's
Yeah.
putting some meat down their pants or
Yeah, they're taking food back and stuff like that, and they're making that what they call that buck, with beef and stuff.
Can you make buck with beef? I thought it had to be like a vegetable or a fruit.
I don't know. They put it in there. They said,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I made them a deal if they had met the production quota that I would buy them all their own pizza. Because at that time, Little Caesars had the $5 pizzas.
Yeah.
And they didn't make the quota. They missed it by like 500 cases, and they didn't get anything. But they were trying to convince me to get them. I'm like, no. I said
they missed it by a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean,
you set your standards high, don't you?
Yeah, I had a high amount that I wanted and everything. And they turned around and was trying to convince me to give it to them, and I'm like, no, I can't do that, man. I said, I told you. I said, if you make the number, I'll give it to you. There's no doubt. But if you're not going to make it, I can't give it to you.
I would say you guys suck really bad. You guys missed it by a lot. Maybe next time I'll bring it down a little bit. We'll try it next time.
Well, guess what? Next time they made sure they got the number and surpassed it. So guess what? They all got their own pizza, and they had their lunches to boot, because they had all that food that they automatically get the bag lunch. Then they got the pizza on top of that. They were scarfing it down. They were happy campers, but let me tell you. Yeah, there's a little bit of I thought about it myself. If I was in there, I would want to be treated fairly and be treated good.
Shit, you haven't had a pizza in a long time. I remember if we ordered pizzas, had them in the door in the officer station. We get done. Hey, inmates would say, "Hey, when you're done with that, I'll throw the box away for you if you want." They didn't want to get any cheese scraping off that or whatever, anything.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, no, I got a trash can here. I'm good. I'm not giving nothing yet.
You were cruel.
Well, it's because if you give one something, then the other one, he gave it. Yeah.
Anyway, back to this beer. I think the floaties were actually toasted coconut, man.
Yeah, they might have been coconut flakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to tell you right now. Hey,
you should take it to work, and maybe you could do an analysis on it with your microscope and all that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give this an A. Yeah, an A. And I'm going to give it a swallow and a quarter because it's that easy to drink.
Oh, man. This one's starting to hit me now. I still got some of my canned shit.
I figured. That's why I've been holding back because I knew you were going to have some left. And I'm like,
I can't hold back. Okay. I'm going to give this an A jammer. It's not the best Neapolitan, but for a stout, it's really good. For Neapolitans, I mean, it comes close, maybe third or fourth. There's only two Neapolitan ones I had.
Yeah.
That one, I forgot who the hell brewed it. And then I had another one that came close, but wasn't that good.
Yeah.
It was probably third place Neapolitan beer.
I say take these broken wings and learn to fly again.
Evil Twin Brew in New York City. I don't know what Evil Twin means coming from New York. Is it the Evil Twin Towers? I don't know.
That's a question that might leave everybody wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the video of the Jewish people celebrating when the towers got hit? It's called I forget the name of the video. But.
No, but I saw the Islamic people doing that.
Yeah, but they say in New York City there's like 5 Jewish guys, and they're dancing and cheering and celebrating right there as the World Trade Centers are on fire. Yeah.
I also know that whenever the day before, there was a Jewish app that was out. I forget the name of it now because it's been so long since I remember reading about it. But that Jewish app put out a signal for all the people who were on the Jewish app, meaning all the Jewish people who were using it, not to go to work at the Twin Towers tomorrow. And a lot of people decided not to go because of that.
Wow.
Yeah. And so what's the word on that, The other thing is you start sliding into that Twin Tower thing. Thermite burns at a certain temperature, and steel burns at a certain temperature. and they say jet fuel burns at a lower temperature than is capable of melting steel. And on top of that, they showed the video and when they were showing the destruction of it and everything and the clearing and everything, that there was a pit of molten liquid metal down at the bottom when they were clearing out the everything. So the only thing that can make that molten metal was thermite, and so we're not getting the full information. And that's another conspiracy, but look, you got so much information, one after the other, adding up to something happening that differs the mainstream news story about it.
But a lot of those other stories differ each other too. So what I'd like to do, and I'd put half my savings account into it, a GoFundMe account or something, not even GoFundMe, a regular, some other thing where people aren't stealing money from it, to build 2 more twin towers out in the middle of the fucking desert somewhere. Same exact way, put all the same furniture and everything in it. And to buy 2 same exact planes with dummies in it.
Yeah.
And remote control and crash those fucking planes into those buildings the same exact way and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way you're really going to tell.
Well, engineers that built it, the engineers said that it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. They built it strong enough and built it well enough that those 2 jets hitting each tower, it should not have destroyed the towers. But they got shut down pretty fast after that.
Yeah, but the one tower though that I think it was the second one that got hit that went down first.
Building 7.
No, not Building 7. The actual 2 towers. The one that got hit second, that went down first. That one, since it got hit towards the corner, if you look when that one first falls, it leans forward a little bit, and then it goes down. Mm. So I don't know schematics and all that stuff, but I know they say, well, they pancaked, it's demolition, but they say those floors, once one couple collapse, they go down. I mean, you don't know really.
Well, I can tell you'll see puffs of smoke before they actually go down, coming out the side.
Well, I know you see that, but if they're actually, because it's all collapsed on one floor at a time, whether that's from demolition or from structural
they also
integrity.
said that people were cleared out and people went in there that night before and was doing things that I don't know how true all that stuff is.
The only way you can prove it is to build the same exact towers and crash 2 fucking planes.
Well, I would go by what the engineers and the architects said to begin with, which was the fact that they said it would not go down. They built it strong enough to where it would not go down, even with those planes hitting it, and even with the fuel. I go with scientific fact that the fuel cannot burn fast enough and hot enough, with even the office furniture and everything included, cannot burn at a high enough temperature to melt steel.
But look at this, and anybody that's financial watching us right now, you build these 2 towers again, you buy the planes. Everything exactly the same. However much it costs, have donations, and then refund people donations, because once we're going to do this, it's going to be a live pay-per-view thing for like a lot of money to watch it, and to watch it all happen again, and then people get some of their money back that paid into it, and then see what happens. And if that shit don't go down the same way that it did before, then I'll gladly say, something was up then. But, I mean, then they'll come out with more conspiracies. Well, the reenactment, they did hit an exact point.
My whole thing is this. If the engineers had designed it and it was meant to be able to withstand a hit of I don't care if the jets are bigger or whatever like that. The scientific fact is, that jet fuel cannot burn hot enough to be able to melt the steel.
The jet fuel can't, but jet fuel combined with other combustibles.
Even with those other combustibles in there, it cannot burn as hot as it needed to burn. But thermite can burn that hot.
Yeah. And it did show the video where the one corner of the building where the...
And some of the metal that they were showing had cuts, not it had cuts.
Diagonal, like it would from
And so, but the fact is you had a crime scene there, and you completely cleared it away so quick
right.
that you basically removing evidence.
It wasn't that quick, but yeah, it was a lot of evidence that was removed. Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're going to tell me that these people found the passports of the hijackers that were reportedly still alive even after the fact and seen after the fact in their country?
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that bullshit because you're out of all the things that happened and that jet hitting that and everything, all of a sudden you're going to find the freaking passports of the hijackers.
Oh, yeah. And most of the people, all you found was like a ring, a hand, a finger, a toe.
And then on top of that, you look at the Pentagon, that crash, there was no freaking jet hitting that. There was nothing there that remotely looked like a jet.
There's not one evidence of any film with a jet. All you see is a big blur real quick, and then one footage and explosion.
But I can tell you what you do know about that area that it hit was the area that all the evidence of that missing $20 billion or $1 million that was missing.
Yeah.
That's where it was all being stored. And after that, all of a sudden, it's shut down now because we don't have any evidence here.
And what's really weird is they did have some plane parts, but they were supposedly different parts than what the plane had. But how did they put them in the building, or how did they plant those parts?
Those parts were outside, and some of it was in the building.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that the Rumsfeld, or whatever his name was, and the other people that were in the Pentagon, their offices were reinforced just before that happened. So they're there in that area, but their offices were reinforced before it happened, where that plane hit, where that evidence was.
I try to imagine some soldiers that died in that place and civilians during 90-some people in the Pentagon. And, imagine if that was me working at the Pentagon when I was a military specialist. I'm happened to get assigned to the Pentagon somehow. I was in administration. And I could have been dead. And I'd just be
and what gets me about it all is the fact that, we just so blindly should take their word for it. No.
Oh.
There should be an investigation.
Oh. There are some chunks of something in there, Jammer.
Roaches.
I hope it ain't roaches. There's a date on it, but I can't read it. It's so small.
We're just supposed to blindly take their word for it. We're just supposed to hey, yeah, that's, yeah.
I don't know.
And what gets me too is the fact that these people who are willing to do this shit, these people are willing to kill so many people. It's like the people, if there's a cure for cancer out there, and I think there's multiple cures for cancer, but they all been shut down by the powers that be. Right. I think that those people who are suppressing that information, suppressing that knowledge, they are the most evil and wicked and despicable and disgusting and the most vile.
Dan, don't you work for some of those people?
Vile people that could be in existence today. Because you know what?
Don't you work for that industry?
I work where I supply pharmaceutical supplies. I don't supply the drugs.
Oh, okay.
I just think that
I thought you were all in the drug business, like you made the drugs and you tested them.
I'm not a drug pusher. That's my wife. I call her that. I said, "You're a drug pusher."
She works for the pharmaceutical
companies that actually produce pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, I just think that those are the most vile and disgusting and despicable people that get, because you know what? You're killing people. You're affecting people's families, their lives. Right. You're affecting everybody that's ever been affected by cancer whatsoever. And it's just like, God, you got to be the most heartless of individuals to allow that to go on just for your freaking greed.
Yeah, pharmaceutical companies. Rick Scott is a very nasty fucking person. I hate
He's a
that
lizard
guy.
person.
Yeah, and he should have been in jail a long time ago. He got away with that shit he did in Texas. Then he becomes governor of Florida. Now he's
He's
a
a
senator.
lizard person. He's a lizard
Yeah,
in
he
a
is.
human suit.
And he's behind some of that Social Security shit. He wants Social Security to be evaluated every 5 years and change every 5 years, all that kind of shit.
Here's the
Which
thing.
I agree to a point because I'm like, well, come out with something new that people can invest in, and from the time they're 18. Right?
Well, I think first of all that if I put the money into Social Security, that should go to me or my family.
Yeah, the government should be taking out of that fund at all.
That money should be. Here's the thing: people who have Social Security, a lot of them have paid into it and died before they could even get it.
Right.
Some have paid into it all their lives and died when they first started receiving it. Some people don't get it at all. If I died, then they get a fraction of what I was getting.
Yeah.
If I
and
was
you got to be
getting,
married like 10 years or something like that, right?
And my thing about that is that I paid into that fucking fund.
Right.
That money, no matter whatever I paid into it, should be going to my family.
Right. Now, I think Trump's trying to change it with that new thing he's doing. The thing with the kids born between 2025 and 2028, whatever hell it is, they got $1,000 in that investment, and the parents could keep putting into it. I think they're trying to get rid of Social Security and change it to that, where kids, when you're born, you get this type of investment plan, and the parents, whatever you put it, but still that's unfair. Now parents that are rich can put more money into it than someone that's poor.
Yeah, well, there's got to be a limitation to a degree, and
Yeah.
But I honestly think that like unemployment, I pay into unemployment all the time and everything like that. Guess what? And granted, the companies pay into unemployment. But when I need to get unemployment for whatever reason, then I should be able to get it because I paid into it.
Yeah, it's a hard time getting employment.
Yeah.
Certain
I
states.
shouldn't have to jump through fucking hoops to get it, and I shouldn't get a fraction of
Well,
what.
we want you to look for a few jobs for a couple weeks before we start doing that. I ain't got time for that shit. I need money now, bitch.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. They want you to go a 2-week waiting period.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know that most people can't wait 2 weeks, and they need to get out there and get a job, and no matter what little job it is.
Now I got out of the army. I went back to Pennsylvania. I looked for a job for about 4 or 5 months. Couldn't get a job. I finally went to go get unemployment. Gave it to me. I didn't have to wait long. It was like a month or two or whatever it was. It was long enough. But anyhow, it was only for like 5 or 6 months. I forget how long it was for. I had to go back every 2 weeks, show them the jobs I fucking applied for and all this stuff. It was just a horrible waste. That day going to them, because it was like a 20 or 30 minute drive from my house, I could have been out looking for more jobs.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, if they would have just said, okay, well, if you go back to school, if you go back and do this training or whatever like that, we will not only pay you that, but we also will pay for your schooling and give you X amount as a per diem or whatever, so that you don't have to worry about food and all that other stuff. That would have been more what they should do. Because if they say, okay, you lost your job or you're coming out of the military and you used to do this or that, let's see what we can do to enhance those qualities in the civilian world by sending you to school, whether it's a trade or whether it's an actual degree or what, and saying, okay, so your background was working on, I don't know, all right, so say you were an electrician or whatever, working on stuff in the military. Well, all right, so you don't have an electrician's license or whatever here in this state or whatever. Let's make sure you go ahead and get you that license, get you this stuff.
Right. Give you a break. You got some training in the military, so we're going to convert that over. Some credits or something.
And we'll get you an apprenticeship with this to enhance that, and while you're doing that, you're going to get paid and all that stuff. So here we go,
Right.
But that's the other thing. Back in the day, they used to have apprenticeships, not just for trades, but also for, different positions. Like if you want to be a stockbroker or whatever, they had an apprenticeship where, whoever would take somebody under their wings and train them and teach them all that they needed to know about the stock market system or something, that kind of stuff. They don't do that today because people are so self-centered and greedy that they don't give back at all. They don't do any of that.
And they got all these online things. Watch my video, but it says free, but you get to watch one little thing for free, then they want you to pay for the rest or whatever.
Yeah. All that stuff is just it's BS.
Well, Jim, I'm ready for the next beer.
Well, let's do this.
We went from 911 to the Wall Street stock market. I mean, that's where it all led to anyhow. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Follow the money.
Follow the money.
That's
and
right.
The insurance and everything.
That's the other thing. They put a whole new policy on those Twin Towers right before it happened, and these policies included terrorism.
And who was the chief of security or whatever did that? Was Marvin Bush.
Yeah.
One of the Bush brothers.
Yeah, and that's the thing about that. The Bushes have been involved in a lot of covert actions. Remember the George, the senior guy, he turned around and was part of the Bay of Pigs thing, right?
Yeah. They used his boats, Barbara 1 and Barbara 2.
Yeah.
And that video's hard to find on YouTube nowadays. It's called JFK 2, like Roman numeral 2. It's hard to find on YouTube. You can't even find it.
And the thing about that Shagdog, what gets me, a lot of videos that were on YouTube before, back in the day, that you could find. There's one where the guy was talking about he watched water and how it acted and how it moved and everything, and then he created this device, and that device cleansed the water and also made it to where it used less. If you were cleaning and everything, it used less detergents. Used the one bakery. That device was installed in the bakery, and that bakery had a higher yield of bread and so forth, because this one little unit, this one little box that he created to go attached to the water line, changed the structure of the water.
Oh.
But these videos you can't find now.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. They are suppressing the knowledge because it helps you become independent. So what YouTube started out as was a free and open sharing of information,
right,
and entertainment.
Right.
They've turned around and suppressed that information and suppressed that entertainment quality or whatever like that. Yeah. But you look at George and all that stuff, you got to think to yourself, 1 and 1 equals 2. So here's George Bush Sr. He's part of the CIA. All of a sudden, this happens, and he's a part of it. And all of a sudden, JFK, Bay of Pigs, and all this stuff happens while he's involved in it.
And they try to say he's not in the CIA during those years until the 1970s when he became a director. But
But the whole incident with the JFK
how do you become the director of the CIA without any CIA involved?
The whole thing with the JFK thing is that he was there at that hotel.
Yeah, they even supposedly it looks like him, hats or whatever. It looks like Tom Landry type of shit in Dallas during the day. And then the CIA dude, the bums that they show them questioning, 2 of them are CIA agents, and one of them is actually at the Bobby Kennedy assassination too. One of those CIA agents,
exactly,
the Hispanic one. I forget his name.
There's too many coincidences to make it a chance per se.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. That's like winning the lottery and getting hit by lightning twice and then winning the lottery again.
Right. And then
come on.
Shitting out bricks of gold afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen unless it was strategically made to happen, which means it was planned.
If it was strategically putting bricks of gold in your asshole, it'd hurt. But it'd be worth it, though. Bricks of gold that come out my ass, yes. Put them right in there.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to touch those bricks.
Well, yeah, when you put them in there, make sure I'm asleep.
Well,
I'll go through the pain of passing them. But yeah,
man, how many bricks are we talking?
I mean, can they be little bricks like this? Yeah. I don't want big, big regular bricks. Yeah.
I just shit a brick.
Gold brick.
That's right. You'd be damn happy that you got my brick.
Imagine if you found out Midas. That's how not everything he touched, but everything he shit was gold.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and the golden hen laying a brick every time instead of an egg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move
Let's
on.
get on to the next one.
Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I'm
That
Cameron.
was a long one. I apologize. Hey, we might get some good shorts out of that, though.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I could wear a new pair of shorts.
We'll see you on the next one. Spare Wild Berry, Shagdog. That's Jammer. We'll see you on the next one.